We'll now move from Thorndike to Ivan Pavlov, another behaviorist who gave us classical conditioning. Pavlov, in fact, was the first behaviorist who talked about classical conditioning. And classical conditioning simply is a repeat of physiological or emotional behaviors or responses because of some outside thing happening. And we will see in a while what he did, how he did. Pavlov is known best for his work with salivating dogs. Pavlov worked with dogs. His experiments were conducted with dogs, not rats like Thorndike. And so, regardless of what animal he used, he was more comfortable with dogs, so he used dogs. Thorndike was more comfortable with rats, so he used rats. But what he learned from the dogs was later translated into classrooms and education for our students. Again, the premise being, if an animal can learn these conditions, can be conditioned, then children can be conditioned too. And that is the belief we must have in our students. Yes, they will learn. They will learn the appropriate things, but it will take time. Pavlov worked with his dogs for years before he concluded that this is the net result of working with these animals and doing these different types of experiments and activities with them. Classical conditioning. What is it then? Eliciting an unconditioned response by using previously neutral stimuli. You teach animals, and you teach human beings too, to behave in a certain way, to respond in a certain way with an unconditioned response. Because the stimuli is neutral. It's not going to do anything to you. And we will see in the next few slides how this can work. But the fact that the stimulus is neutral, the stimulus does not prompt the response because the stimulus was neutral. The unconditioned response will show. And that's the positive response you want from young children in your classrooms. Unconditioned stimuli create reflexes that are not learned but are instinctual. Instinct is an inborn. You inherit it. It is within you. You don't have to learn to vomit. When you are sick and or you've eaten bad food, you go and vomit. No, you don't learn how to vomit. It just happens. Similarly, when you are alone in the dark, you are afraid. There is fear. That's a natural emotional reaction. You don't learn how to be afraid. You don't learn how to fear. It just happens. That is instinctual. You don't have to learn these behaviors, but the unconditioned stimulus can create those behaviors, those unlearned behaviors that are instinctual. This is what we are as human beings. Certain things we don't need to learn. We don't learn how to breathe. It happens automatically. All right? Whether we like it or not, we breathe. Okay? It's not something that we were taught. We breathe the moment we are born. We learn. That's instinctual. We know that that is the best thing to do. Otherwise, I'm not going to survive. Neutral and unconditioned stimuli are introduced at the same time. Unconditioned stimuli are gradually removed and the neutral stimuli elicit the same reflex. Now we were doing unconditioned stimuli and neutral stimuli. So first we did the unconditioned stimuli, then we did the neutral stimuli, then we did the two together. And then we took the unconditioned stimuli out and only left the neutral stimuli, and the same response was shown. And that is classical conditioning. When we show as human beings the same instinctual responses to neutral stimuli that normally would not generate any kind of response from us.